What's up, everybody? I'm currently using Zoom right now because Zoom is being an ass. I want to share to you what I've done from project zero to getting a warm lead at the moment. That's what I've got. No sales, zero. I've just hit the point where someone is somewhat interested and I'm giving them free value. So what I've been doing is I've got a project where I can turn like a podcast, like a 33 to an hour long podcast into short clips. Essentially, he's given me like a description of what he wanted. So essentially, like he's giving me the podcast, and I'm clipping it using AI and code. No, like CapCut or whatever. It took me a while to like set it all up, like a day or two, but now I'm just doing it autonomously. So essentially, like, I hope he sees this because the other problem that I faced with, I didn't have X notifications turned on, as in the Twitter notification. So he replied to me last week and he said, "This is what I'm looking for." He's looking for someone in-house. And I really want to see if I can actually work with him. If he doesn't reply, and fair enough, because it's been a week, I totally understand. But follow up here is key because I want to do another 3 to 4 with Instagram descriptions as well. Because my job right now in my full process is to be the current person. If he's got someone, or if he's still looking, then I'm still in a prime position. And I'm going to share to you what this process looks like. So if I share my whole entire screen, this is what you're currently seeing. This is my project right now. So essentially, what you're seeing is this whole process going through. There's a lot of things that I learned trying to do this, and essentially, like, um, I'm working with this guy who wants to start clipping up podcasts. I mean, sure, you can see it. I don't really care, but essentially, if I work with him, that'd be awesome. A couple of things I learned. My laptop has 16 gigs of RAM, which is like minuscule. You need at least 32 to 64 gigs of RAM for agentic work. The way I'm addressing that is using Swarm agent AI. So sub agents, I think they're sometimes called. But essentially, you give it a prompt and you say, "I want sub agents to do the work." It will speed up the process and it won't make your computer lag. The last day or two, my computer has been lagging like crazy. Yep, Claude Code really needs 32 gigs of RAM. And I've been looking at mini computers for like 600 to 900 bucks. I probably will get it at some stage, but I will get it once I get a paying client. There's no point getting a computer, no point upgrading if I haven't got a client yet. I need to try to figure this out with the bare basics until this lag starts to annoy the hell out of me when it comes to stopping me from getting money. Like, and there's proof of concept that this works, then I'm gonna give this a shot. But essentially, how this is working is I'll find the chat that I've been working on, but it was really quite eye-opening because if I don't need subtitles, it goes a lot more faster. So let me show you um, the chats that I've been having. But essentially, I was just saying this is the brief. This is what he wants. He wants something super raw, super basic. And you give me a plan in terms of how it will look like because I had a lot of things set up, and essentially I didn't need it. Like 11 Labs, um, Remotion, which is a coding type of editing software. Essentially, you don't need like a Premiere Pro anymore. Adobe Premiere Pro, you can use code to start to edit. Yeah, it's basic stuff. You might need like a GPU, which I also don't have, but I'm implementing. So this is another thing. I'm implementing like and taking and pushing small rocks. I need to move a big rock, but essentially things. I'm just taking action. I had a sales call, flopped it, lost the deal, but still taking action. And I feel like we're in a situation where people aren't wanting to take action, even if it's like crap. Like right now, I'm just trying to film and talk about my experiences. I could be talking too quick. My communication skill could be floppy. I'm gonna upload this and see what like you guys have to say. But essentially, I'm at the stage now where I'm capable of making projects. I've got a project right now, which is what I'm talking to you about right now, is I can take long form content to short form content very easily now. I've got that like boom. The next thing I'm making is the GTM, which is go to market um, project. Essentially, it's just going to do cold outbound outreach for me. And I'm just thinking in my head, if you're a setter right now, if you're a closer right now doing sales, if you have this, or if I sell this to anyone or like to a team, people would want this. This will upgrade setters and closers skill levels because it speeds up their time. You can book more calls in. You can get higher chances of closing, getting the commission, ultimately more money. So I'm gonna do this, see how this goes, and yeah, wish me luck. And I want to see how this works. The next step is to look for a filtering system. Another thing that I'm also applying is using Gemini to do my searches for me. I'm looking for public open source GitHub repos for skills. And essentially, the skill that I'm looking for is a feedback loop where a skill or an agent can follow the skill, look at the most recent content or posts, analyze what went right, what went wrong with the analytics, and improve on that. That's the thing that will change everything. And I'll see you guys in the next video for that.